Morning, everyone. Boker Tov, Chazak Baruch. Continuing Siman Reish Nun Bet, different examples of situations that are started before Shabbat that could continue into Shabbat. So something similar to what we said yesterday. If let's say there's a bid on a price for something, in a house, or let's say a house. So people put in the bids before Shabbat, and let's say they say, well, we're going to choose the highest bid or whatever on Shabbat itself. But everyone involved is goyim. You're allowed to put in the bid before Shabbat, even if you get chosen on Shabbat. That doesn't mean you're paying on Shabbat, etc. But that could work out because it started before Shabbat. Now, what about vending machines? A person has a vending machine. He sets it up before Shabbat, and now he leaves it in a place, and now could be on Shabbat that people could buy from it, etc. How does that work out? So the following: when it comes to vending machines, we're talking about, let's say, in an area that's majority goyim. So in an area that's majority goyim, you could work it out by leaving your vending machine there, and with a few conditions. Number one is that it's not known that it's owned by a Jew. Number two is that even if people buy, that's the likelihood. There's not an issue. How does it work out? There's no issue. Number one is that you have to stipulate that my kelim, because this vending machine is your kli, is your vessel, is not going to. You make an announcement. I don't want my kli to acquire anything on Shabbat, and it'll acquire it Motzei Shabbat. So even though the money goes in on Shabbat, but you stipulate that it's being acquired after Shabbat, and that could work out. Now, this looks like a gimmick in a certain way, but we have to remember that when it comes to mekach or memkar, buying and selling on Shabbat, business on Shabbat, really it's midei rabbanan. It's not midei oraita. Now, what's the rabbinic issue with business? Because you might come to do a melacha, you might come to write, you might come to now, ride a horse to get to. Let's travel to get to see the piece of land, etc. Writing is the main thing because you might come to write a shtar. So anything that could lead you to maybe a melacha, that's why it's forbidden. But let's say you have this vending machine which is totally somewhere else, and again in an area that's majority goyim, then it could work for you on Shabbat. Now, on Shabbat as well, you would need to, because you put in so much effort and time into buying the product, etc., which is outside of Shabbat. So then what's called the reward that you get is called havla'ah. Havla'ah is that it's swallowed in. It's the reward I get is swallowed into all the costs that I had also during the week. But if it's an area that is Jewish, you can't leave it there because you could be machshil people. You could cause people a stumbling block. By now you give them an option or an opportunity to buy on Shabbat, so you would need to turn off the machine on Shabbat in those areas. And the last point is a different topic, but you would need to also make sure, even in a non-Jewish area, that the food in your machine is kosher, because it could be that there could be Jews that are there, and let's say an area 100%. I don't know if that type of thing exists, but you would need to have kosher food in your vending machine. Okay, that's that for today. We'll continue on this topic next week, B'ezrat Hashem, with talking about next week internet websites. Can I leave my internet website on over Shabbat, where people are going to make purchases over Shabbat? We'll talk about that B'ezrat Hashem next week. Minchat tonight at 6:45. And also we have a rabbi here that's collecting tzedakah from Eretz Yisrael, Eretz Yisrael. He's stuck here now. That he's collecting for Achnasat Kala, for a bride, for brides in general. He takes care of Baalei Teshuvah as well. Helps mechazek them. If anyone can help out, it'd be a great mitzvah. Have a good day, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom.